Have you ever wondered what the real secret to a lasting relationship is? Well, it's probably not what you think. It's less about finding some perfect person and way more about deeply understanding who you are. So let's dive into a roadmap for building a relationship that truly fits you.
Right? We've all heard this famous line from Shakespeare a million times. But what does it actually mean when you're trying to find love today? It really boils down to this. Before you can be true to someone else, you have to get radically honest with yourself.
So here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to go on a little journey of self-discovery, starting with why self-knowledge is so key. Then we'll dig into your childhood, map out who's in your corner right now, choose your core values for the future, and finally, pull it all together to build your own personal relationship compass.
All right, let's jump into that first step. Finding the right partner isn't about having the perfect dating profile or some clever pickup line. Nope. The real secret is deep self-awareness, knowing what you bring to the table and, just as important, what you truly need from a partnership to thrive.
You know, there's this idea of invisible participants in every relationship. Because when you get together with someone, you're not just getting them. You're getting their entire history, their family dynamics, their values, all of it. And how all that invisible stuff mixes with your stuff, well, that can make or break a couple.
So to really get who you are today, the most logical place to start is, well, the beginning. Your family, your childhood. This is where your emotional blueprint was first drawn up. Let's take a look at how that might be affecting you right now.
In a perfect world, our childhood is where we get these 10 basic human needs met. Now, most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but let me just clarify a couple. Self-efficacy, that's just that deep-down belief that you can actually make positive changes in your own life. And legitimacy, that's the feeling that you have rights and you deserve to be treated fairly. Okay, now for a little self-reflection. I want you to think back to when you were about, say, 10 years old. On a scale of 0 to 10, how true was this for you? I felt safe. Did your home feel like a secure, stable place? Next up, ask yourself this. Did you feel genuinely loved and valued? And this is more than just having a roof over your head. This is about feeling cherished, knowing you mattered, and getting the affection you needed. And one last one. Did you feel like you could truly be yourself? Or did you kind of feel like you had to hide certain parts of who you were? This really gets at those core needs for autonomy and just having a solid sense of your own identity. Now, here's the most important part of that little exercise. If you realized, hey, some of those needs weren't met for me, that does not mean you're broken. Not at all. It just means you have a super clear mission now to make sure you find adult relationships that help you meet those needs. It's empowering, really.
Okay, so we've looked at the past. Let's bring it into the present. The good news is this journey isn't something you have to do alone. Understanding your support system is a huge deal, and we can actually map it out with a cool tool called the social atom.
So what in the world is a social atom? Think of it like a map of your personal universe. It was created by a psychiatrist named J.L. Moreno to help you visualize everyone in your life, from the people you can't live without all the way to your casual acquaintances. And right at the very center of that map is your inner circle. This is your core. It usually has a few key roles: a love partner for intimacy, a close friend you can trust with anything, and a trusted advisor for wisdom. And for some people, a child might be in there, fulfilling that need to nurture and protect.
So take a second and think about your own life. Who fills these spots for you? And more importantly, are there any empty spots? See, when we have a vacancy in our inner circle, we naturally try to fill it. Knowing what's missing can make it crystal clear what you're really looking for.
We've explored the past, we've mapped the present, now for the last piece of the puzzle, actively designing your future. And this is all about consciously choosing the core values that are going to be your North Star in a relationship. Look, we all get a set of values handed down from our families, whether we realize it or not. The real power move is to go from just accepting them to consciously choosing them. You get to decide which ones to keep and which ones just don't serve you anymore. And this is such a powerful example of that in action. On the left, you see the unhealthy values a man named Tyler learned as a kid. But on the right, that's where the magic happens. Those are the healthy values he chose as an adult. Instead of just putting up a good front, he chose to be honest. That is a total game changer.
All right, time to put it all together. You've got your unmet needs from the past, your support system in the present, and your chosen values for the future. You see what we've done here? These three things, together, create an incredibly powerful compass to guide you toward the right partner. Let me tell you about the author of our source material, Dr. Lasater. He shares that he grew up in a home that was really unstable, loving, but chaotic. This is a perfect real-world example of how a need that wasn't met in childhood, in his case for safety and stability, can become a driving force in your adult life.
And here's what he did with that awareness. That deep yearning for peace became his #1 priority. It wasn't just some fuzzy wish, it became his non-negotiable core value. And that guided him to the happy, stable partnership he has today. Now that is clarity.
So let's do a quick recap. What are the big takeaways here? First, remember that your childhood patterns don't just disappear, they come with you into adulthood. Your job is to make it a priority to meet any of those needs that were missed back then. Use your social atom. It's a huge resource. And most importantly, consciously choose your values. Oh, and if you feel like you never learned these skills, it's never, ever too late to start.
Because when you boil it all down, this whole journey isn't just about finding the right person. It's about doing the work to become the right person. For yourself first, and then for an amazing partner. So the only question left is, are you ready?